Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. It is decision time for President Trump, who tonight is weighing how to respond to an unprecedented attack on Saudi Arabian oil facilities. His first move, sending his Secretary of State to Saudi Arabia. The attack on Saturday at two separate refineries knocked out half of Saudi Arabia's oil output. The facilities were hit 19 times with what officials believe was a combination of drones and cruise missiles. Iran was immediately suspected. We've got new reporting tonight. Weijia Jiang begins our coverage at the White House.
I'm not looking to get into new conflict, but sometimes you have to.
President Trump stopped short of blaming Iran for the attacks on two Saudi oil plants, but indicated it was likely Iran. And a U.S. intelligence official tells CBS News that Tehran did indeed launch the attack.
Well, it's looking that way. We'll have some pretty good, we're having some very strong studies done, but it's certainly looking that way at this moment.
The administration released satellite images of the Saudi facilities where 17 structures were hit 19 times. The strikes at the world's largest production facility caused the biggest oil disruption in history, reducing global output by 5%. Iranian-backed Houthi rebels engaged in a civil war in Yemen have struck inside Saudi Arabia before and today claimed responsibility. The Saudi government said the weapons used in the attack were Iranian-made, but did not specify where they were launched from.
I'm very confident that we know exactly what was used to attack us, and we know exactly where it came from.
Last night, the president hinted at taking retaliatory military action when he tweeted the U.S. is locked and loaded. Mr. Trump used similar language in June, cocked and loaded, after Iran shot down a U.S. drone, but eventually backed down. Today, President Trump was asked whether lethal retaliation would be a proportional response to the latest attack.
I would say yes.
Connecticut Democrat Chris Murphy cautioned against U.S. military intervention.
That would set the region on fire, and it would cause more problems than it would ever hope to solve.
Weijia joins us from the White House. So Weijia, this is a massive oil production facility. It has security measures in place. How could an attack of this scale happen?
Well, CBS News has learned that these targeted plants were on the U.S. intelligence community's radar as being vulnerable to attacks, but they were not as heavily guarded as military bases in the region, which have several layers of missile defense. And Nora, as you mentioned, President Trump says a team from the U.S., led by Secretary Pompeo, is going to Saudi Arabia to get some answers.
All right, Weijia, thank you.